Josee Steelman. I am 19 years old, and right out of high school, I started solo traveling. Immediately after the summer I graduated from high school,
Okay.
I took a van around the US. So basically, I create
Awesome.
travel content.
So first, you kind of answered it already, but when did you start traveling or backpacking? And then where are some of the like your favorite places that you've been?
So I started traveling, as I said before, right out of high school. My first
Mhm.
trip was van life around the US.
Right.
And then I took a quick gap from that just to kind of work and save up and
Hmm.
figure out if I still wanted to travel. And then from there, I lived in Hawaii for a month and backpacked
Okay.
Central
Wow.
America.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you. Um, I think my favorite place probably was Nicaragua.
Okay.
I think I'm saying that wrong. I
That's
don't speak
okay.
the best
Don't worry about
Spanish,
it.
but definitely Nicaragua was beautiful.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us like a little bit about it and what made it so special?
Yeah, yeah. So I think what made it special was the amount of negative, I'd hate to say this, but the amount of negative comments people told me about going there. Like
Hmm.
that was the one place that I was told not to go. And it
Okay.
was ironically from all people who had never traveled. And it ended up just being the most beautiful, vibrant country I've been to. I felt completely safe there. It was amazing, seriously.
Have you faced any difficulties being a solo traveler as a woman?
Yeah, definitely. There's always going to be catcalling wherever you go. I
Mhm.
think that that is just sadly an issue that you'll have to deal with, constantly.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't say that I had anything directly at me specifically that was putting me in a dangerous position.
Okay.
I will say I felt pretty safe throughout the countries that I did travel in Central America, despite
Mhm.
what people will say. But I do know that it's very common, and yes, like you do get catcalled wherever you go. So you just have to kind of watch out for who's eyeing you on the street, definitely. But yeah.
Right. How has social media and technology in general affected your travel journey, especially because you make travel content?
Yeah, oh my gosh. This honestly, it's still taking me by surprise to this day. I'm back home right now,
Hmm.
but my next trip is based off of just a social media opportunity. And
Right.
it's
Okay.
crazy. It's just crazy to think about how social media impacts the travel community, especially because half of the places that I found out about are through apps like Instagram and TikTok.
Mhm.
So I mean, honestly, social media has completely influenced where I've traveled to, who I've met, opportunities I've got, and especially as my account has been growing, and I'm very fortunate to have the growth in that account.
Mhm.
It's opened up just a variety of opportunities throughout different countries. So I'm super grateful for it. But social media has a huge impact. Yeah.
Okay. So for your next trip that you're going on, are you like hosting it? Is it what app are you using? Like, what are all the
Yeah,
details of your upcoming trip?
yeah. So my upcoming trip, I'm not hosting it, but I
Okay.
am going to be hosting another trip
Okay.
later down the line this year,
Awesome.
which I'm excited about through World Packers. I
Okay.
think World Packers is honestly a great way to travel for free.
Hmm.
You'll hear a lot about it, and it is something worth putting your time into.
Okay.
My next trip right now is van life around Australia.
Okay. Wow.
Um, I know I'm really excited for it. Let's see. What was your other part of your question? The app, right?
Yes, yeah, just like what apps were you using? I know there's
Yeah.
Trip BFF is
Trip BFF is
one that I've
incredible.
seen. Yeah.
Yes. Trip BFF is incredible. World Packers, Hostel World.
Hmm.
Those are all the apps that I've mainly used.
Hmm.
There's different apps for different niches. Like
Okay.
I know for hikers, there's all sorts of different apps while traveling. But I would say
Right.
the main apps that you really look into using is like Airbnb, Hostel
Okay.
World, World Packers. Some people have done Wolf Away. I've never tried it. I've heard good
Okay.
things and bad things about it. But that's my experience with apps that I use.
Okay. And you think that those apps are like a big part of your travel journey? Like, are they the
Oh,
main reason
definitely.
that you've like gotten into traveling and that you're able to figure out where you want to go next and book trips?
Definitely. I would say that how I figure out where I want to go next and book trips goes back to social media. At
Okay.
the end of the day, it really does
Hmm.
persuade a lot of my interests. But yeah, I'd say those apps are definitely go-tos. They're good ways to find cheap accommodation. They're good ways to view activities that you'll want to do. The app
Hmm.
Kayak is also great for flights. I've used it for
Okay.
all of my flights, and I found extremely cheap flights before. So, yeah.
Great. Yeah. If there's anything else that you want to say or any like parting words or advice that you have for women who are like just starting to travel or even women who have been traveling for a while.
Yeah, I think thank you so much for having me first off.
Thank you
Um
for being here.
um but I think that my biggest advice to people who want to start traveling, especially females who want to
Mhm.
start traveling, maybe solo travel, maybe not, is that if you're gonna be scared either way.
Yeah.
I think my biggest takeaway from it was that I was scared.
Hmm.
And looking back on it, if I would have stopped myself from buying that ticket,
Hmm.
like I would have lost amazing opportunities and I would have lost honestly some of the closest friendships I have to this day.
Yeah.
So, as a solo traveler, you genuinely will meet up, you will end up meeting so many people. It is
Mhm.
unbelievable. So, don't let that be a fear of being solo
Right.
to stop you from traveling because it's beautiful. Like even the places that people tell you to, don't go to, they're
Mhm.
great.
That's
So,
amazing. Thank you so
yeah.
much for sharing. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It was so great meeting you. I'm sorry that this was kind of short little interview, but
No, it's okay. I
okay.
appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.